back over to the VS Lab 3 Common. Go down to our UI area, right there. And we're just going to start underneath reset FPS. We need to add a public void set input mode. It's going to deliver us a integer value. We'll wrap it in a try catch. Our input mode will be equal to input mode of the value. Just a cast. Really simple. Alrighty, and we just need to add a property for each one of these guys, each of those input fields. The input field, although the input field has a selection to say it's an integer, I don't see it doing any good. I mean, it doesn't pass over. It still passes over a string, and that's all we care about. We still have to cast it. So, whoop-whoop-de-doo. So let's start off with gravity. So we return our current gravity, and you really don't need the get, I guess. I don't ever, this really doesn't do a good binding job. They never mention XAML when they're talking about their new stuff, but their new stuff seems to be a total clone of XAML, which actually does do binding. We do a float parse instead of a try parse, because if you are targeting Xbox, Unity does not support the try parse. So why write two different methods and do a if statement? Then just doesn't make any sense. Go ahead and just write one method and use it for both. Alright, copy the gravity, change it to speed, and change all these to speed. We got 2 down. Going to the character Y now. This one's different. We're going to return the character transform.position.y. And we're going to write a horrible line of code here. So just set our position. Smoothing. So this will be map level now. I think the next one's an integer, but yes, gen height, but okay. Map level to string. No. Map level smoothing to string. My mistake. Gen height is a integer, like I said, so we have to change our float to int. Go ahead and copy it, because the next one will be max height. See, the next one is back to, or is a scale, so it's an integer also. Of course they wouldn't know that. Next one is seed. That's an integer also. Next one is selected preset in. So it's a short. Just to get into the habit of it. And then after that, select its shape in. And we'll put our stuff in there to actually preview the shape. That we have selected. Won't work quite yet, but it won't hurt to call it. Next one is chunk span. Excuse me. Chunk span. That's where we do all our memory tests. And then we're finished. We gotta go to the front and set all these methods though. See you there. Alright, first off, I noticed a red dot over here on the character Y. I have Y, I typed in Y, should have typed in V. If you've done exactly what I did, then you typed in the wrong character. Okay, now we go to the front end. And we'll start off with the DDL input. It should have a method now to call set input mode. It's right there at the top. Set preset. We'll go to, or preset in, selected preset in, and just set them to their value. I hope the values are self-explanatory. Really boring stuff. Tedious. I've actually forgot what I have selected. That is hilarious. Okay. We are getting there. We are almost there. Is that all of them? Is that everything? That is everything. It's time to test. Alrighty, hit the play button. See how many errors we get. None yet. There we go. So, our our drop-down list is not in the right place. Is not aligned or does not anchored right. Select it. Go up here. Hold down the Alt key and select right there. Now, let's run again. Everything else is in its place. I'm going to place right off. And no, I want all of these. I'm going to select all of my input fields. I'm going to give them at least the text value of 0, but I want their text value to actually match what we have set currently. I don't know, I think my character's height is 16, smoothing is 45, gen height is 32, max height is 128, scale is 1, seed is 5, chunk span is 3. Now it looks more real. Alrighty. Generate. Set to input mode. Shape of 1. We're working. Erase. Alrighty. Next thing we got to do is actually build it. And I want to make sure there's some mistakes in here so we can fix them. Because you're going to have mistakes when you build. You're going to have bugs when you build. It's just the nature of Unity. In the editor, if you're working with the editor, should I say, you're going to have bugs. So, that will be in the next video.